All right, welcome back. I'm not out in the barn because it's wintertime now. All those videos up until this point were taken last year, so this is the first video of this year. What I want to go over is my idea for hatches. So, wedge hatch concept. So this will be the stern cabin, and I want to put a hatch here. I want to put a low profile, minimal hatch with as little material waste as possible. So, I usually cut that out, put a hatch where that was. And I was thinking about it. It's like, well, if I cut these edges, so this would be the cross section of the hatch, or cross section of the cabin. So this would be the hatch. And so this, I'll go to the bigger one. So I cut that hatch piece out on an angle, put a rubber gasket all around, and then thickened epoxy with probably 10-ounce cloth going over the top into that little trough. 1708 glass across the top of the hatch, so act as reinforcement, but also it'll go over that ridge, and that'll go, this trough and this ridge will go all the way around. What that acts as is when water washes over the deck and over the cabin, it'll be really hard for it to get into where this is, and then there's a rubber gasket there that should be watertight. Could probably put a rubber gasket in here as well if I wanted to. So that's the idea, is that angle there with a gasket on that edge. This would obviously be reinforced with fiberglass. Have that there. And then to fasten it, I wanted something also low profile and simple, easy to use. Thought about latches, locks, bars, different ways of doing this. I came up with this idea. Keeps it all very low profile. Make sure that there isn't anything that's going to get in the way moving around in there, because it's already going to be fairly small space. So the idea would be, so I'd have a single line of Dyneema, and that line would be running through these blocks. These blocks would be on, four corners of the hatch. I could probably even put more in there. I could put, however many I needed to secure this hatch down. What happens is, so you have this bump here. Be an easier radius than this. This is just me being a bad drawer. So that line comes through these blocks, comes down around that bump. That causes this angle that when the line is tensioned, it pulls the hatch down with that tension. The line goes through those blocks, and those blocks lead it to this mechanism here on the side. It'll be a low profile worm gear winch, something like this. So you have that worm gear in there like that. And you have the handle coming off of here. So this part right here is this down here. Then you have the gears up in there. Then what I'd have is, on this bar, you'd have a cleat. So what I can do is I can pull this line tight and then just cleat it off, and then use the worm gear winch to tension it. And I think I'll be able to make a pretty low profile winch, worm gear winch, something that's not going to stick out from the wall very far at all, and then the handle will be detachable, orders folds in one way or the other, and that'll remove that. And then what I do is I'll tie it off, tighten it down. That tensions, I can put a whole lot of tension in that line by using this worm gear, and that'll tension the hatch shut. It's low profile, it's very simple. I'm always impressed with Dyneema. I love working with the stuff. So that's my idea. There'll probably be 2 hatches on the boat, maybe 3. So I think this will keep it very simple, very maintenance on it will be very simple. So that's the idea. I probably need to do some more experimenting. I need to get bigger gears because obviously this is way too small. No one makes small worm gear winches though, so I'm doing it myself. This will probably be like, I can do this out of G11 plates, run some bolts with some spacers in there, figure out how to keep that in place. Yeah. So I got some work to do, but the idea is there, and I think it's a good solution for what I'm trying to go for. And the other thing is, so okay, you got this rope going to this hatch. How do you open it, and you got that rope attached? Well, it's make this rope long enough. And what'll happen is when I open it and push it out, that rope's still attached, and so it's automatically keeping that hatch from going overboard. And then when I push it off to the side, maybe I have like a bungee cord or something that just keep it from flopping around. But yeah, so the rope will be long enough that when I pull it open, the rope will come out, but it'll come out the edges there, and then it'll just, pull it out, pull it over, and the rope will come out and over, and just kind of follow. It'll follow the hatch. It'll leave everything free from, getting tangled or anything like that. It'll automatically capture the hatch, so that I won't be losing the hatch or anything like that. So there's my hatch idea so far. We'll see. Might change. But yeah, if anyone has any better ideas or any suggestions on how to make this even more low profile or simpler, let me know. Otherwise, that's it for now. Yeah, come back for another one.